These are the all 16 non-supernovas, also known as super rookies in One Piece, and today I'm gonna rank them all. Let's get started. At the bottom, I have Koribu and Karibu. These brothers had bounty of 190 million and 210 million berries respectively when they reached Sabode Archipelago. Karibu has Numa Numa no Mi that could make him very strong if utilized properly, but he's not that guy. He's physically very weak, getting one-shotted by X-Drake, Jinbe and Pekamos. And his brother is even weaker, so bottom of the list, no doubt. First deserving supernova, it's everyone's favorite Bartholomew the Cannibal, captain of the Bato Club and the second ship of Straw Hat Grand Fleet. His Bari Bari no Mi is one of the most broken devil fruit that allows him to create indestructible barrier. Doesn't matter how strong opponent's attack is, this barrier can't be bypassed. Not only defensively, he can use this barrier offensively too. Now he's ranked based on his Dressrosa feats, so it's not that high, but I'm 110% certain he is gonna be way more impressive in future. First generation supernova, it's Jewelry Bunny. It's tough to rank her cause sometimes she's just a child, sometimes not. Her Toshi no Mi gives her power to freely manipulate aging process of anything, including herself, other people and objects. She can make her physically strong and fast by aging herself to the point where she has great strength and make her opponents weaker by making them too old or too young. But aging effects applied are only temporary though, and for some reason people like Saturn aren't affected by this. So this fruit might not be as broken as it seems. Regardless, it's tough to rank her. Next up, it's former Mafia Don Capone Gang Beige, captain of the Fire Tank Pirate and a user of Cito no Mi that allows him to become living fortress. He can hold his entire crew, cannons, guns or anything inside his body, and using this power, Bez can deliver surprise attacks on his opponents. He's not physically as strong as others and his offense is just cannon and guns. But in two factors, he's very good: tactical skills and defense. When using Big Father form, his defense rises so sharply it can be compared with top 5 of this list. Next, I have Scratchman Apu, the captain of On-Air Pirates. He is a user of Oto Oto no Mi that allows him to morph part of his body into various musical instruments that he can play, and sound waves created by these have a hypotonic effect or even can give physical damage. Obvious weakness of this fruit is if opponent block his ear, it's useless. But even without this, Apu has a decent durability, great agility and strength enough to clash with X-Drake. But his endurance impressed me the most. Dude was getting bullied by everyone in Onigashima, but still he somehow survived. Apu vs Bez was definitely tough to choose, so I just give a little gap, but they are interchangeable. Into my top 10, it's Candis of the White Horse, also known as Pirate Prince. When I think of Candis, I instantly think of Hakuba and his insane speed. Not only speed, he's great swordman too. He defeated everyone except Rebecca and blocked D at once, and him one-shotting Dellinger was quite satisfying to watch. He's not a devil fruit user and his haki isn't displayed much, but as a captain of first ship of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, I believe we will see his haki and his new level of strength soon. But for now, just a top 10. Next is Basil Hawkins, one of the most annoying characters to fight against, but it's good for him. He is a user of Wara Wara no Mi that allows him to create and manipulate straw, but his power is not that simple to explain, especially with his cards. He is a fortune teller, he can transfer his injuries to others and whatnot. He's physically not that great, as most of the time we have seen him getting bullied, but he did fight against Zoro, Law and was impressive against Killer, so this spot is best fit for him. Above Hawkins, I have X-Drake. He's a user of Ryuru no Mi Moral Allosaurus, an ancient zone type devil fruit that allows him to transform into Allosaurus or human Allosaurus hybrid at will. So obviously he has insane physical strength and high recovery rate. He is captain of Secret Marine Organization SWORD and was previously one of the Tobiropo of Beast Pirates as well. He is definitely not a top supernova, but he is the highest level of lower supernovas. So this is best spot for him. One tier above, it's Uruz. Nicknamed Mad Monk, is a captain of Falling Monk Pirates. During introduction, he was shown to be on same level as X-Drake, but now he's being hyped up a lot. His unnamed devil fruit gives him interesting power to convert damage inflicted into physical strength, but he most likely has a limit for how much damage can be converted. He defeated Sweet Commander Snack, but was defeated by Cracker, so I am putting him in the middle of this list. But he could be stronger or weaker, only a prediction for now. Next up, I have Killer, the right-hand man of Eustace Kid. His style of fighting is highly aerobatic that rely mainly on his extraordinary speed and agility. His endurance is remarkable as well, and offense-wise, he damaged Cairo by using powerful soundwave attack generated by spinning punishers at high speed. He fought against Zoro, constantly giving him trouble with his speed, and at last overpowered Hawkins despite Magician having some crazy tricks against him. Killer is also very smart, capable of finding weakness of his opponents. Overall, he is strong, but there is still 5 Supernovas stronger than him. Slight level of Killer, I have Protagus the Ace. Yes, Ace 2 was a supernova as he had bounty of more than 100 million when he reached Saba de Archipelago for the first time as a captain of Spade Pirates. He was a user of Mera Mera no Mi that gives him power to transform, create and control the fire. He fought against Blackbeard despite huge disadvantage against Yami Yami no Mi, and he is among handful of people capable of using all 3 kinds of Haki. As a second commander of Whitebeard Pirates, deserving top 5 spot in my opinion. Into the next tier of supernovas, it's Eustace Kid. He had the highest bounty among any supernova when they reached Saba de Archipelago, and his notorious personality and great strength definitely justifies it. As a user of Ziki Ziki no Mi, he can manipulate magnetic field, and by using its awakened property, he can give the magnetic property to others object or person. He is very impressive in terms of physical strength as well. However, I couldn't rank him higher than this because he isn't being impressive post Wano as other top 3 of this list. But it doesn't mean he's weak though. Into the podium, it's Roronoa Zoro. Now, you could switch him with Kid, but in my opinion, Advanced Conquerors of Zoro is more dangerous than Awakening of Kid's Devil Fruit. Both are physical monster, but I think Zoro is slightly better in terms of endurance and durability. Zoro also was very impressive during rooftop fight, and after awakening Advanced Conquerors, he defeated King on 1v1 fight. We haven't seen much from him post Wano, but once he learned how to properly control Enma and his Haki, he should be ranked even higher. Now 2 remaining supernovas were not only impressive in Wano, but doing great job post Wano, one of them being Trafalgar the Water Law. He's a user of Ope Ope no Mi, arguably the most broken devil fruit of whole One Piece. Law can literally do anything inside the room he creates around him, and during the battle against Big Mom, he awakened this power, which now gives him ability to create these rooms directly on the external objects, and we have seen how devastating attacks Law can perform with this power. Post Wano, he fought against Emperor Blackbeard, and despite his loss, he was very impressive overall. That's why he is getting ranked highest among him, Kid and Zoro. Otherwise, these 3 were very close and interchangeable to each other. Top of the list, it's undoubtedly Monkey D. Luffy, user of Ancient Zone Devil Fruit Hito no Mi Moral Neka that gives him power to literal god. He's among a handful of people capable of using all 3 kinds of Haki and their advanced version. His speed and physical strength of Luffy is also very impressive. Overall, he is 1 tier above any of the supernovas of this list. By the way, Blackbeard is not a supernova, however he is a member of Watch Generation consisting of 11 supernovas that emerged immediately before Marineford War and Teach himself. But even if he was, Luffy would still be the strongest one in my opinion. That's all. Who is your favorite supernova? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out this Straw Hat vs Revolutionary Army video, and see you there.